This is the JJO Morning Show podcast with Johnny and D. Listen, rate, subscribe.
Rock and roll.
All right, we have. What is your deal?
I don't know. I come from a long line of simple yodelers.
Do you? Okay. I had no idea.
Well, now you know.
All right, we have cat chat. What would it be if we talked about dogs?
Doggy.
Let that marinate.
No, that's it. Just have to say it right.
All right, here we go. Let's just roll the beautiful bean footage.
It was a reunion 8 years in the making, and for Paul Gilbo and his pup Damien, it was as if time stood still.
You made it back.
Back in 2017, Paul was moving from Massachusetts to Arizona. During a pit stop near Oklahoma City, his miniature pinscher Damien got spooked, slipped off his leash, and vanished.
We searched up until it got dark enough to where my dad forced us to stop searching. But we stayed for another week. Or I think it was a little more than a week.
Wow.
But, again, my dad's like, we have to continue on. We were renting a U-Haul.
Still, Paul never gave up hope. For years, he posted on social media, clinging to the slim chance that Damien might one day come home.
Even in the darkest moments, you just never give up hope.
2 weeks ago, that hope turned into reality. Paul was driving to California with a car full of clothes for wildfire survivors when his phone started ringing from an unknown number.
Know.
They left a message, and my Apple Watch sent it through as a preview. Your dog Damien has been found. And I'm like, oh my God, this has to be a scam.
But it wasn't. Damien had been found by Donna Bentley, a woman in Oklahoma who nearly hit him as he darted across the road.
What?
He come to me when I picked him up. He was screaming and tried to bite me, but I wasn't going to put him down and let him get run over.
Despite his rough appearance, Damien seemed healthy. Donna's brother, Rick, decided to take him to the vet where a simple question would change everything.
A bell went off in his head and said, "Can you scan this little guy for a chip?"
Sure enough, Paul's information popped up. He quickly changed course from LA to OKC, arriving 14 hours later for a moment of pure joy when Damien recognized him immediately.
Oh, my
You say
God.
unconditional love, there it is.
While their bond remained, there were signs the years had passed.
Not until when I got in front of him did I realize how much of an old man he had become.
But thanks to two strangers and a little luck, Paul and Damien aren't wasting any time making up for lost time. I'm ABC 50.
Oh, dude.
He knew something happened. He's missing a leg. Tail was chewed off. So the old man had changed. I thought it was going to be like, I have your dog bring $10,000 to the park in Oklahoma City.
No, just a scrappy old lady picked him up and was
That
like,
is so.
yeah.
And then, you know what? It's so weird. She could have picked the dog up and drove right by the U-Haul where they were looking or whatever.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, it was 2017. So that was, 8 years.
yeah, but she found the dog that day or later?
No.
Oh.
8 years later.
No, I'm the lady that picked the dog up.
Yeah.
That was 8 years later?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought she picked it up that day.
No.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That makes the story more insane.
Right.
Holy.
And then when they took him to the vet, scanned for a microchip, and he
You
was
saying that
chipped.
dog lived in the wild for 8 years?
Well, who knows if he lived in the wild or if somebody had him and then he got out again
God.
or whatever.
Oh, that's so crazy.
Yeah.
That's almost too crazy to believe.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that crazy?
Well, that's pretty cool. They get to be together to the whenever the end is. That's pretty badass. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, totally.
What kind of dog
If
was
only
it?
he could
What
talk.
was it, a little scrapper?
Yeah. It's one of them little tiny.
Yeah.
Like
Well, they
a
kind of
wienery.
live. They outlive
He's wienery.
bigger lab-sized dogs, don't they? Live 15, 14, 15, 16?
I don't know what them little wienery ones live to be.
That's super cool.
Yeah, I know.
Super heartfelt. That almost sounds unbelievable. Too crazy to believe.
I know. And how heartbreaking. You're moving, your dog runs away when you're stopping to let him go pee.
You know, if Christy Nome would have found the dog, would have came back to Christy Nome, she would have shot it in the face.
Enough.
But
Enough, dude.
you know,
Jesus.
How did we get here?
Let it go.
How did we get here? Well, that's the best thing I've heard all day.
So I'm looking at the flyer he made
What's that? What's it
for
say?
Damien. It
Yeah.
said, lost Thursday, May 4th, just outside of Frontier City. Had on a red hoodie and red jacket. Fixed male named Damien. Bad breath. Likes to walk on cement, not grass. It's so
Okay.
funny, the
All right.
descriptors people use. Yeah, miniature pincher.
Imagine that drive for 14 hours, just thinking about
Just crying.
if it's really, if it's getting your hopes up, making sure it's the right dog. I'm sure they sent a picture, but man, I got my feels right now.
I know,
are just
dude.
unbelievable.
I know.
That's making me cry just a little bit.
I know.
It's a little dusty up in here. Awesome.
Dog blog.
Dog blog.
Canine convo.
Fair enough.
Bitch fit.
I'll try that on Christy tonight when she's walking around trying to get to 10,000 steps. Hey, are you fit, bitch? Wait, I got that. I think I'm not using it correctly in a sentence.
No.
Hey. Yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. But thanks. I appreciate the canine. What? No, dog blog. All right, we'll go with dog blog.
Okay.
It's not as good as Puzzle Parlay, but we'll take it.
My little Chihuahua just passed away last July. Was almost 18 years
Wow.
old. Oh my god.
That's incredible. Little bastards. 18? What is that in dog years? What is it? A dog ages a year every 60 days or something? I can't remember that.
Well, it's kind of a weird formula because the first couple years aren't exactly
slow.
like 7 years.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Okay, so
I forget. But it's that you hate the number when you see it. It's like a year every month or month and a half or something. I can't remember. No, that can't be right.
there's no simple way to calculate a dog's age in human years because dogs age differently depending on their breed, size, and individual health. So an 18-year-old dog is roughly 88 to 131 years old in human years.
Holy.
Let's see.
I wish we could make dogs live longer.
Smaller one, so probably 88 because it was a small dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's math works out.
Yeah.
18. Wow. 18 years old. That's incredible. I mean, cats. I think on my horse, I think Boone was 22.
Yeah.
He had a pretty good run.
Yeah.
Big old dude.
Yeah, he did have a good run. There's just a horse that passed away at the farm that was over 30.
Wow.
32, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's on the upper end.
Yeah, and you would not believe it by looking at the thing.
That's incredible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty amazing.
We say that about Keith Richards.
Dumbing down your smartphone. One podcast at a time. Listen, rate, and subscribe to the JJO Morning Show podcast.
Saving you green with every machine. John Green Family Auto is back just minutes away in Milton with completely inspected, polished, and ready to drive pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Trade in your old winter beater for something new to you with financing that's easy on your wallet and beating any competitor's trade appraisal by $500 guaranteed. Stress-free experience, over-the-top service department, and carefully selected pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs as John Green is back and ready to ride with you. John Green Family Auto, just minutes away in Milton, and johngreenfamilyauto.com.
Get up with Johnny and D. JJO.
So this guy wasn't drunk, but he was under the influence, that's for sure, of prescription meds. Dextroamphetamine and Prozac carry warnings about operating machinery. I think the primary diagnosis is he might be an asshole. 72-year-old Heartland school bus driver charged Wednesday with terrifying students on the bus on the ride home Monday. Walter Cunningham charged with 1 count of operating a vehicle while under the influence, first offense, and 28 counts of second-degree recklessly endangering safety. Some of the kindergarten through 8th graders called 911 and others called their parents before the bus finally stopped near Marquette Road and Briarcliff Court.
You know, one of the life skills is grabbing the tiller when your dad passes out trying to drive home from the bar.
Oh, yeah?
When you're a kid. Yeah, they had to teach that, and it's part of like some kind of...
Police arrived as the bus was driving off, leaving the damn kids right in the street. According to the complaint, when officers pulled Cunningham over, he had slurred speech, glassy eyes, and failed field sobriety tests. Wow. Not good.
Wow.
Prosecutors said the accounts of the children, backed up by video from the bus, indicate he was driving erratically and refusing to stop to let the kids off the damn bus. He was tasked with taking these kids home from school that day. Instead of doing so, he engages in multiple different behaviors that are highly dangerous to the kids in that bus, as well as other people who are sharing the road.
Why are they being so nice when they write those stories? He's a drunk ass in charge of children. Why are they being nice?
Yeah, I don't know.
Try to use all the right lingo.
I don't know why. And some outlets be nicer than others, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. The parents were like, I mean, obviously horrified.
Yeah.
And it could have been a lot worse. A parent eventually came on the bus to confront the driver.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
There's an ass beating waiting to happen.
Yeah, he's lucky he didn't get his ass kicked.
Duke it out right there in the bus.
Criminal complaint revealed new details about what parents say was horrifying. As an 11-year-old, she said she was kidnapped. That's what one of the victim's parents said in the courtroom. So now her kid's like traumatized, you know. Complaints that kids were screaming that they wanted to get off the bus, and Cunningham told them to shut up. Multiple times saying, "I am God" on this bus.
He did not.
Yes, he did.
You're kidding me.
No, that's a quote.
Okay, I'll give him style points for that one at least.
I'm going to say that. I am God in this studio. Can you imagine?
Oh, yes, ma'am. I went off this bus.
What in the hell?
Well, technically,
who says that?
Technically, you're always buzzed, so I'll give you that,
dude.
So we got
it's
that
like
going
a
for
light
us.
weed buzz happening.
Yeah.
You know what in the hell? Who says that?
Well,
I guess a grouchy 72-year-old driving kids around.
Wow,
dude.
He is tired of your crap, kid. Don't poke the bear.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I get it. Kids can be real brats. I had a friend whose job, she was like a bus supervisor. So, like, she didn't drive the bus. Her job was to ride on the bus to watch over the kids.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you've noticed this lately, but kids can be real brats.
Oh, geez.
And, the stories she had were pretty crazy, but some of these children do not care what you have to say, and they do not be respecting adults at all. Some of them are awesome. It is not all of the kids. It is just some of the kids. But I understand the frustration, but if you are frustrated with the kids, perhaps working with the kids should not be your job. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
I know I could not deal with it, and that is why I do not work with kids.
Yeah, or you say the same about old people. You know, you just you're not good with people in general, so then you become abusive in your position,
right?
Which you hear about all the damn time,
right? Like maybe it's just not the gig for you,
right? Maybe you should go run a lighthouse up in the middle of God knows where and on a lake with not a human within 100 miles.
Yeah, exactly. Waukesha DA's office says a parent was confronting the bus driver, and the bus was not even in park.
What?
Cunningham got up to yell at him, and the vehicle started moving.
This whole story is...
It's crazy.
It's
the driver then let the kids off and drove away and was caught by police.
He let all the kids off?
Yeah.
How many kids were left?
It must have been, 28 or 29?
Wow.
28. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a nut job.
Right. Cunningham admitted to taking many prescription drugs and said his voice was slurred and his balance was off.
Oh, here we go.
Mm-hmm. That's why he's got the OWI.
So the usual line of crap.
He's being held on $1 million cash bond. No previous charges.
Yeah, it's what everybody. Well, sure. There's how many times did he drive drunk and nobody knew it?
It doesn't sound like booze was involved. It was just all these prescription pills. Which, not saying one's better than the other. I'm just saying.
Oh, so no booze at all.
Right, just pills.
Gotcha.
all pilled up, which I've seen. There, I'll never forget this. I saw somebody pilled up one day driving. I was out in Cross Plains, and stoplight, and they nodded off at the stoplight, and they put their foot on the gas, and that car was going, and they went off the road, and they were driving through the ditch. Like off-roading in a straight. If it would have been on the road, they would have. I'd blown through. I don't know how many people. It was the craziest thing I ever seen. And do you think that person woke up at all as they were driving through the ditch off-roading? It was wild. I couldn't. Like multiple times, I like closed my eyes and shook my head. Like this can't be happening. It was. It's. I mean, prescription pills and driving do not mix.
They thought they were Neo. They blindfolded themselves.
No, it turns out just effed up.
It turns out Tuesday in Cross Plains. Yeah, did you see the conclusion of that? They just stop in a ditch?
I did not see the conclusion. I was like, I'm getting out of here.
Somebody else.
I don't want to deal with that.
I have an opportunity to turn right and pretend I never saw that. I'm going to take advantage.
Yeah, no, there was other people that were already calling cops and dealing with it.
Wow. Well, just the reaction, though. I'm God. I mean, what a strange.
Over kindergarten through 8th graders.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, dude, you're the adult. We get it. But, yeah, I am God on this bus. No, dude.
Is that a normal thing? Reaction to combination of pills?
I don't know.
I'm not on any drug except Losartan for my high blood pressure. So I haven't had an adverse angry reaction yet.
I don't know. You've been yodeling since you took it.
Yodeling. Losartan.
Okay, so dextroamphetamine is a ADHD drug, and it's used to treat narcolepsy, so it's a stimulant. Which shouldn't make you lose your balance or anything. There had to have been another one thrown in there.
There was.
He had slurred speech, glassy eyes, and failed field sobriety test. If you're taking too many stimulants, you're going to be nailing them field sobriety tests, dude. You're going to be on the money.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm glad the kids are okay. Well, there goes your bus career.
He said he was on prescription meds, including Prozac.
So he was hallucinating.
And dextroamphetamine.
He was hallucinating.
I don't know.
Yeah, he went to a different. He thought he was an astronaut and Muhammad Ali at the same time. And
no, he's an asshole.
And Jim Morrison.
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. There's an investigation ongoing. You know what I will say too, and this is going to be a wild card for everybody, but when you're up in that age, if you have a urinary tract infection, it makes you super duper. It does. It makes you really, really crabby, and it makes you off balance, and it makes you hallucinate.
On medication for the condition, or just having the condition?
Yep.
Is that true?
Why would I lie about that?
Is the urine backing up in your brain? What's going on?
Yeah, it's like ammonia. Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, yuck.
Totally.
I didn't know that. I've had a couple of IUDs.
No, you haven't.
What?
You need to have a uterus to have an IUD.
Let me rephrase
Acronyms.
that. Let me rephrase
in the wrong
that.
order.
I had a UIT.
UTI?
A UTI. Damn it. Yeah.
Yeah, because when I worked in the assisted living, that's how I learned that. It was wild.
You saw that effective?
Mm-hmm.
Really? No kidding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah. So.
Well, that's something if you left, I know if that goes unchecked, you can die from it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've had a couple of those. You ever had a UTI, Paul?
I have not.
I've had a couple of them. It's really strange. But they give you this little pill, and in like an hour, it's gone. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Have you had a few, haven't you?
I haven't had a UTI since I quit sleeping with men.
Well,
you dirty, dirty beast.
I've not had really chemical defects, all just mechanical,
Right.
I will agree with
replacement parts.
I'll agree with the beast part. I'm going to take exception with the dirty. But no, I'm not going to take exception with that.
So, UTIs can cause a number of effects in older people, including confusion, falls, and changes in behavior.
Oh, wow.
Fatigue, dizziness, poor motor skills, behavioral changes.
You know what my doctor
like
said?
Agitation.
She goes, it's so normal. And I'm like, is something wrong with me? She's like, nah. Some people get it more. It's more of like just a thing with people once you get it. It's like jury duty. It just pops up all the time. You know? I mean, my wife is healthy and fine. You want to call her a beast? I dare you. She's a beast in the sack, if you know what I mean.
I do know what you mean.
Anyways.
Gross.
You can learn a lot listening to podcasts.
Did you know that the hottest chili pepper in the world is so hot it could kill you?
Or you can listen to this one.
Bears can smell your menstruation.
I can smell your menstruation.
The JJO Morning Show Podcast.
Saving you green with every machine. John Green Family Auto is back just minutes away in Milton with completely inspected, polished, and ready to drive pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Trade in your old winter beater for something new to you with financing that's easy on your wallet and beating any competitor's trade appraisal by $500 guaranteed. Stress-free experience, over-the-top service department, and carefully selected pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs as John Green is back and ready to ride with you. John Green Family Auto, just minutes away in Milton, and johngreenfamilyauto.com.
Johnny and D, nowhere but JJO.
Okay, a school in California was forced to cancel classes indefinitely after its copper wiring was stolen.
Ripped it right out of the wall.
Jesus. Give me PC2, which of course knocked out its power. So, you know.
Right during school. Hey,
God.
we're maintenance guys. We'll just be a couple of minutes.
Hey, man, all you need is a clipboard.
That's all you need. You need a white jacket, a hard hat, and a clipboard. Take it. Go ahead. All the copper wire you want.
Here's the superintendent talking about the hundreds of thousands of dollars of damage done to the school.
Upon further examination, we discovered someone had broken in and has stripped all our copper wiring out of the breakers, essentially leaving the campus dark. We're not flush with a bunch of money to all of a sudden replace, thousands of feet of wiring, copper wiring. Right now, we have an estimate of it'll be somewhere between $150,000 to $250,000 just to get this campus back up.
Dude.
That's incredible. So copper's went up like the price of eggs, I guess.
Yeah, there ain't even no copper flu. What the hell's going on?
Well, we have to take Greenland. They're full of copper. They're sitting on a giant
copper
shelf. I'm invading Greenland to resupply copper. I'm doing the weave right now. Playing the accordion. Where's my big red button? I need a Big Mac.
Oh, my God.
That is so crazy.
That's so terrible. You assholes. Students have been set up with alternative learning hubs or can complete work at home for the time being. Oh, terrible.
All that copper for a little bit of meth. I mean, it's not even worth it. Is it really worth it? Come on with me. I'll buy you some meth. Leave the copper. Come on.
Let the kids learn.
I got a meth guy. Come on.
Oh.
So dumb.
Free breakfast and lunch will be provided at all the learning hubs.
Why don't they do, well, I guess they do, like undercover ops at people that buy copper, scrap yards.
I'm sure they're doing their best. I don't know how any of that works.
I don't know how that works.
I know a lot of it is like long-term investigations, which gets frustrating for family members because like, and that kind of happened here in this area. There was a heroin dealer, and I only know this because there was someone that I knew that died from an overdose. Well, I guess it would have been fentanyl poisoning. And it was the same heroin dealer, and everybody knew who it was, and they were just waiting because they wanted to get the people that were higher up.
Oh, I see. Sure, sure.
And so it gets frustrating because you're like, well, but, we know who killed these people.
Yeah.
Why don't you arrest him?
Because they'll just find another stooge to deal it.
So I know it gets frustrating.
So if you go out with copper, do you like take turns going to scrap yards and then you say, I'm with the demo, Danny's demo. And we had some copper left over here, and we thought you could use some. How much you got? 18,000 pounds.
Yeah, I don't know. And I mean, yeah.
I've never heard of.
Who takes the copper? Because wouldn't you have to travel somewhere? Because the scrapyards in that area would kind of know.
Well, yeah. Why would a school? Because I thought most of the copper was in wiring. It wouldn't just be exposed. Why
Right.
would it not have already been used? Were they building the school?
They went into the breakers and stuff.
Yeah. That's sounds like a 2-week job.
Like, you're clearly motivated individuals.
Yeah.
Why not just hear me out?
Well, how much is copper?
Get a job.
Oh, you talking to me? Hey, you talking to me?
You know what I mean? Like, you're already kind of doing work.
Well, if you're living off copper, you'd be stealing a lot of copper.
Or are
What
they
is it?
using
What
the
is it?
copper to?
How much copper per pound? I don't know how they sell it.
Or wait, I'm trying to
I
remember.
assume it's by the pound.
Breaking Bad. Because don't you need copper to make meth?
Oh, wow. The price of copper was $4.30 a pound, depending on what kind of condition the copper is in. Bare bright copper, uncoated, is $3.40 a pound. Insulated copper wire, $1.20, because they probably got to rip the rubber off. You've ripped a few rubbers off. Where am I at here? It got me all confused.
You do it to yourself.
I know I do. Where to find copper price? No, that's not working. What scrap metal pays the most? Copper is the most valuable scrap metal. There you go. 3 to 6 times more valuable than other metals that qualify for scrap recycling. Well, there.
I guess that's why.
No, don't you need to be?
Like, if you were in that area, like if you were the scrapyard person in that area.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Wouldn't you be like, hey, dude, the school's missing their copper wiring.
So you'd have to leave town.
You asshole.
Yeah, right.
But
no, where was this at? Not here.
No.
Yeah, it's like, is that, what other income do you have? you just do the copper thing? What are you guys into?
California, Solano Wendeman School.
And how many pounds?
In Vallejo.
So how many
California.
pounds?
I don't know, $150,000 worth of repairs. So
Wow. Well, yeah, with all the drywall, everything else they got to replace, I'm sure they just tore the hell out of it. It's a smash and grab situation.
Unbelievable.
But yeah, you'd have to have a rudimentary knowledge of
where the copper's at.
What is copper, where it's run, how it's used.
How to not get electrocuted.
That's a big one for me. I always forget. Yeah. Yeah, crazy stuff. Let me see if I have a copper. Oh, is this copper chat?
Copper talk.
Copper talk. Woo!
I don't know.
Copper corner. All right, we're going to go with copper corner.
All right, dude.
Hey, copper corner.
Hey, so there was a time period like a year or two ago.
Yeah. Oh, no. That was a big tease.
We'll never know where the copper went.
You know, back in the day before the internet, a radio DJ just called up the scrapyard and asked them on the phone.
Sounds like a lot of work. I got to go through the yellow pages. I got to, all right, let's copper corner.
I'm back, baby. I got disconnected.
All right, go. All right, good. The copper got loose. I know how it goes.
It did so loose. Oh my God. So there was a time period like a year or two ago here where you could actually go to Menards, buy a spool of copper wire, and take it and go recycle it, and you'd make more money.
No!
You'd literally profit.
Unbelievable. Yeah. How is that?
Oh yeah. All right, that's all I got.
Thanks.
Thank you.
How did Menards not price accordingly? That's crazy.
Weird. Yeah, well, this timeline is weird. I guess it all adds up.
Well, I would love to see the school. I mean, it's
Too bad you're not allowed within 200 yards.
I have a restraining order against all schools. And it's 600 yards. That's how bad it was. But I wonder if it's just the way they tore it out. Did they go in there with a with just a jackhammer? What, I mean,
right, just like a sledgehammer.
How
and
disaster
just, like, went through the whole.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or were they like clinical? You know, they knew exactly where the copper ran, and they cut it from both places and spooled it up.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'd love to see how that went. Because that sounds like a complete smash and grab and run.
I don't know.
I mean, like time would be.
But I feel like you kind of have to know what you're doing.
Like a time-sensitive crime, wouldn't it?
Right.
With
like,
that much copper?
Don't you want to get out of there as quick as possible?
Yeah.
But you also kind of want to be discreet because you don't want to bring any attention to yourself on the school campus.
Well, I'm always, I mean, copper is one thing, I guess, if you go with a hard hat on. But I'm always curious about guys that roll in with catalytic converters because that's always, you know, the way that they're cut.
Yeah.
And just some slob coming in going, hey,
look at this.
Look at this.
I've got 19 catalytic converters.
I got 20 more in the car. Come out here.
But that was a whole ring.
Doesn't that sound? That looks suspicious.
But that was like a ring of people.
Yeah.
That was like, that was like a cartel.
Right.
And that was my favorite. The way they busted that dude was so great. If you remember, he posted on Instagram, he had a custom-made diamond necklace that was a catalytic converter. It was in the shape of a catalytic converter.
Kind of badass.
You idiot.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Way to go, Dodo Bird.
Oh, I'm going to get a call here to get Copper Corner. Hello, Copper Corner.
Hey, not copper, but on the converters, work for a company that shall not be named, and we have a fleet of shuttles, and probably a year ago or so out in the greater Milwaukee area, we had all of our converters cut off of our shuttles. There's 2 per shuttle, and there was like 4 or 5 shuttles, and they range from like $800 to $1,400 to replace a piece.
Oh no!
Are you talking about like little 15-passenger shuttles, like hotel shuttles?
Yeah, correct. They're either like 13-passenger with a couple wheelchairs, or you can fit 3 chairs and like 12 people. But yeah.
Oh my!
And
God.
so they got. How long do you think it takes to cut a converter out? A couple of minutes with the right tools.
I've done maintenance on some of the vehicles, and with a pretty good blade and a battery operated sawzall, you could probably zip through one in about 30 seconds a side, a minute a side maybe.
It's really good.
But yeah, it doesn't, and they're actually the body height is probably 14 inches off the ground. So, skinny little crackhead guy just
they fast.
Give him a 12-pack of beer, and he's like, all right, I'm good. Let's go.
Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah. And then how much does a catalytic converter go for these days at a scrapyard?
That I'm not sure. Back in the day when I used to scrap cars, for just regular cars, we'd get $100, $150 a piece for them.
That's it. That's it.
So,
yeah, I knew it wasn't much.
On one of them, you're looking at a few $100, I would say, per.
Oh, that just seems like a lot. It's easier it does sound easier to go get a job, doesn't it, than crawling around under a car?
That's a quick little part-time job, I mean, it covers the beer and the
yeah.
And the
Okay.
clothes, so it's a little spending on
Take it right to Potawatomi and double my money. All right, I've got $300. I got $300 and a good lunch.
I'm gonna buy some crypto.
Buy some crypto. All right, man.
Guys,
Thanks, bud.
Have a good day.
Take it easy.
That's just all of that work for so little money.
It just seems like a lot of risk.
I mean, just knowing how much it costs to put another catalytic converter on.
I know.
And doing that to a company. I mean, Jesus, dude.
I know.
There's just no moral, I don't know. But
I know.
That's why it's called crime.
Right, I know. And then I'm like, is it people that have never worked for stuff? Is that why it's like so bad for us? Because we know how hard people work for things?
It's just the motivation to do any crime is I guess what I'm getting at.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, forget about robbing a bank I'm just saying, I'm 15. What am I doing? I'm crawling under a car and sawzawing a muffler off. Don't you ever stop and go, something doesn't feel right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's strange.
The risk reward
Yeah.
calculation is
I
off.
guess if you're young and broke, I guess $500 looks pretty good, I guess.
Well, and I suppose there's a dopamine rush attached to it. And then you get addicted to the dopamine rush, too. Yep.
So-
And then you're caught in that cycle. Man, the brain is a effed up thing.
Replay today the JJO Morning Show podcast. Get up with Johnny and D. JJO.
If you want to eat really healthy, a nutritionist in England came up with what she claims is the healthiest meal in all the world. So your average lunch.
Tuna.
Thank you. I'll have the tuna melt. Not your average lunch, but it does include cheese and chocolate.
Really?
Yeah, it's 3 courses, a starter, a main course, and dessert. The whole thing is 1,200 calories, so it's a good amount of food. But you won't find it on a menu anywhere, so you got to make it at home. So here's what she claims is the healthiest meal in the world.
I thought you were going to say nug loaf. I thought I was going to fall out of my chair there.
No, because nug loaf doesn't exist because you haven't made it yet because you overpromise and underdeliver constantly.
Perfecting I'm always tweaking the recipe. I'm not quite. I'm not there yet.
Sit there and lie to us.
I lied. That was a lie. So now you know what that sounds like. I always giggle when I lie. Can't help it. Anyways, what's going on now?
No
What do we
wonder
have?
why you always go to me. Is that true? It's because you're the one who's lying.
Oh.
Okay, the starter is labna cheese with roasted tomato and broccoli. Labna is fermented cheese popular in the Middle East.
That sounds good.
It's got a healthy bacteria that's good for your gut. So, yeah, what's it like a fermented cheese? So, like a yogurt?
What's the thing we have with the white thing with Worcestershire sauce? What is that called? With tomatoes and
No, that's with balsamic vinegar.
Oh, balsamic. That's what it is.
Caprese.
Caprese. I love that.
Yeah. Hell to the yeah.
You have that?
I've had, yeah. Mozzarella
There you
and
go.
arugula.
Yeah. Not Worcestershire.
Balsamic.
That wouldn't make sense.
Freaking balsamic is.
It can do anything. Yeah. I feel like if you did a shot of balsamic every
drizzling
morning,
on your nips.
you'd be like, I'll take it any way I can get it. I don't care. Put that thing in a baby bottle, I'll suck on that nipple. I don't care. What are you going? Straight balsamic? Yeah, okay.
Anyway.
Just let him alone. He'll be asleep in a minute. Just let him suck on that nipple for a minute.
And then the main course is citrus mackerel salad with chickpeas, fennel, and red onions.
Mackerel?
Yeah, mackerel is one of them healthiest types of fish because it's loaded with omega-3s. She says to top it with black olives, sauerkraut, and pumpkin seeds. So sauerkraut also a fermented food. For dessert, you get tofu chocolate mousse with blueberries. I like the bloobs, man.
I know. We've been eating them. There's antioxidants.
Yeah, dude. Our recipe calls for dark chocolate, not milk chocolate. I like the dark chocolate, too. The bloobs are, of course, loaded with antioxidants. Plus, they remind me of buttholes, so, you know.
Oh. I know I got quite a shock when I got back from the Dominican last week. I told you I ate 3 swordfish steaks in one sitting.
Yeah, they're like super high in mercury.
And then I come home and I read that you're only supposed to eat 1 piece of swordfish a month because of the mercury content. They're like, yeah.
You're the Mad Hatter
But
over
I was,
there.
you're in a resort, you're hammered, it's dinner time, you've been on the beach drinking God knows what all day.
Right.
Just keep them coming. Just keep that swordfish coming.
I can't believe the resort people weren't like, hey, dude, just take it easy.
Like, we have a health warning from America. Too much mercury. And so there we go. A good, I mean, there's some good omega things, but it's mostly your swordfish. Seriously, you're supposed to not eat too much of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got that on. You're supposed to portion that out.
Yeah, the cute little baby swordfish we seen when we were.
Oh,
snorkeling,
why do you
they
always
were
say
so
baby?
cute.
You always say baby.
Because they were tiny. They were.
Yeah,
they
well,
were
yeah,
like
yeah, well,
4 or 5 inches. They were little babies.
I ate it for an appetizer. So there you go.
Okay.
It's called my Mediterranean diet. Don't even kill it. I'll just swallow it.
Yeah, I heard about you. All right. Netflix is rebooting Little House on the Prairie.
What?
I know.
What's her name could play the mother? Melissa Gilbert. She could be the.
I guess.
She could be the Meemaw.
A Netflix exec said the new version will be part hopeful family drama,
Hope they show boobs.
part epic survival tale, and part origin story of the American West.
I hope they wear tight girdles with loose tops and do a lot of horseback riding.
Yeah. I'm
The first
sure.
the first lesbian scene ever on Little House on the Prairie is about to break.
Yeah, Scissor Town.
Scissor Town. That's the town they live in. They live in Scissor
Settle
Town.
down in Scissor Town.
Stop the wagon. There's not a man in this town. Stop the wagon. We shall plant roots and scissor till the sun goes down. Wow. I'm in. Must-see TV. Wow.
I would watch that.
You know, the women folk here do most of the work and dying and scissoring in this town. Really? Can I watch?
It's a little hose on the prairie.
Little
It's a reservoir.
Little hoe on the prairie. Done. We just need some hose. You guys, you can be half pint, and then skee ball can be the blind sister with no clothes on.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes. You be little hoes on the prairie. Oh, does it just get hot in here, or is it me?
No.
We need to open a window in here. Okay.
Taylor Sheridan can't write this.
Suck on that, Taylor Sheridan. Suck on that. He's like, I'll give you $50 for that script.
There's no word yet on casting or a start date. The original series does stream on Peacock. I did not know that. That's crazy. I canceled my Netflix.
I guess we still have it. I don't know what. I never know whether I'm on Hulu, Paramount, or Netflix. I have no idea. I just watch whatever
I'm over it.
I'm told to watch.
I'm over it.
Hey, I'll tell you what I watched that was pretty, I thought, not great. The new Cameron Diaz movie with, what's his name? It's her first movie back from not making a movie in 10 years.
Oh, I forgot she quit.
Yeah, she quit.
And then unquit.
It's called Back in Action, I think. Is that what it's called? It's like a it was like they used to be spies.
Jamie Foxx.
They used to be spies, and then they settled down, had kids, and then they went back into the spy business. It's a real run-of-the-mill script. I mean, there's nothing exciting about it. I thought it was dull.
Yeah.
As far as that goes. But if you want to see a buddy movie like that where she's with somebody, they're a team or whatever, the one with Tom Cruise called not Black and White. What was that movie called?
The one I remember.
Oh, Night and Day, I think it was called. Fantastic. They had great chemistry.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise and Cameron Diaz. Night and Day, I think it was called. But this, it felt, the Jamie Foxx thing felt forced. It's centered around their kids not knowing they're spies or whatever, and it just felt clunky and forced. I don't know. I was judging it, I think, against Night and Day, and I know Cameron Diaz is pissed because people are saying she had plastic surgery, so now she's pissed off again. We think she had some nose work done.
Well,
but
whatever.
Who
cares?
Who cares? I love Cameron Diaz. I just thought it was a below average movie idea, but whatever.
Yeah. That's a lot of movies I get disappointed.
Well, it ain't no little hoe on the prairie, I can tell you.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll tell you that.
It's the new innovative script that you've
just
all
ask
been
us.
waiting
We'll
for.
write you a script. I never get a phone call.
If there's anything we have, it's ideas. If there's something we don't have, it's
follow through. That's the problem. Because we forget We don't write things down and we forget it 5 minutes after we say it. And then into the Fugazi.
Yeah.
It's gone.
You know how many millionaires we've made from this show?
I know. If I see a little hoe in the prairie, the trailer, I'm going to, you don't want to know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do some damage.
Oh, no.
The JJO Morning Show podcast with Johnny and D. Listen, rate, subscribe. Catch a new show every Monday through Friday, 6 till 10 a.m. on 94.1 JJO or streaming anywhere in the JJO app. Johnny and D, nowhere but JJO.